Never let your creativity die. Today, we create a Greek-inspired empire. This build is being done for Kinder, and without wasting any more time, let's jump into this adventure. Where are we going with that? We got to the new build site. It's a couple thousand blocks out. It's fine. I'll get there eventually. Chat! You're looking at the new build site for the next empire. I lied. It's not a couple thousand out. It's just right here, dude. So the farmlands of Nadedia is right over there. This is the new build site right here. All right. Now you might be asking, so Jamal, what are we gonna be building? You think? Let me show you. I think what we have in mind here for Kinder, who we're building this empire for, I think it'll be pretty cool. I think it'll be pretty spectacular, and I'm super excited. The next empire. I know, right? Kinder, dude. Yeah, you responded to me the other day. I'm excited to do your empire, dude. The next empire is going to be inspired off of. This next empire is going to be inspired off of this image. And we're going to run with it. Bang! This is what we're building here, gamers. It's beautiful. Beautiful place right here. We're going to be building a palace. A palace. Look at this. It's beautiful. So, this is what the inspiration is. I am super excited to do this. Now you might be looking at the area that we have in front of us and like, where are the rocks and stuff? So, there's gonna be two sides to this build. Well, not two sides. I mean, I'll show you guys what I mean. So, I need to put this in my OBS. I'll do that later. So the palace is gonna be over here, right? And then around the bottom here, around this like little, we might even extend this a little bit more. Anyway, I'm gonna ahead of myself. I'm gonna have a nice little village kind of surrounding this little pond here, and retail from that as well. But on the other side of this is actually kind of already set and ready for us to go, because take a look at this. Yeah, it's kind of perfect for what we're going for, right? So I don't have to do like too much terraform. And again, this is the reference, right? You see, right? So again, I'm not making this like a replica, like a one-for-one replica of that image. I'm just gonna use this inspiration and then go from there. And I'm super excited. Again, we're gonna do the palace here. We're gonna do some houses. It's gonna be really nice. And I'm gonna try my hand at some statues. I think that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, that's the next empire, dude. You guys excited, dude? What do we think? What do we think? I'm gonna aim for a month to 2 months for this build. I hope we can crank it out. I think this will be a really cool build. The first thing that we gotta do for this build is some tree chopping. These trees, they gotta go. We're not getting rid of the entire forest or anything like that. I'm not gonna do that crazy, but like the trees around the edge here gotta go. A lot of the trees up there gotta go. We gotta make some space for some builds. Gotta do a little bit of terraforming. Over here has to be terraformed as well. I might even push this back a little bit. We gotta make some room for the actual build itself. So we gotta do some clearing out of some space. That's the first step, and I'm super excited to jump into it. Let's get locked in, gamers. All right, we've done a lot of clearing out. Cleared out a lot of the trees and stuff like that. We re-terraformed the stony shore here, and now we've kind of laid out a little bit of the palace here at the top here, and we're about to get started on building it. I'm super excited about that. I have brought over a bunch of materials. Some of the materials are leftovers from other projects, and some of it we've just collected and everything. I am super excited. A lot of it's going to be sandstone. We got some diorite in here. We got some cool colors. I think it's going to be pretty fire. The base of the palace here is going to be going from jungle, strip jungle, to oak, to the birch, all the way into this. I know I don't have it next to each other, but ignore that. But that's going to be what this is going to look like. And I am so excited to get going on building this. So we've spent a little bit of time here, maybe a couple hours, kind of like mapping out where I want everything to be, everything on the ground here with some netherrack, which is what I typically like to do. So now we're going to start on building this palace. Let's get locked in. Shut! I think this palace is done. The exterior's done. This is 6 days IRL of work of 7-hour streams. The palace is done, dude. The palace is done after 6 days of work. I think it looks sick. I think it looks so cool. I'm very pleased with that. Get a little up close details and stuff. We have like lore behind like the soul fires as well. These are the souls of people that Kinder has made trades with in the lore of the world and everything, but we're not gonna get into that right now. But yeah, this is looking wicked. this just with the palace in place has me really excited for how the rest of this area is going to come along. But yeah, around the coast here, we're gonna have like some houses and stuff. That's what we're gonna work on next. Well, we also gotta connect up the path. I might actually do that next. Yeah, I might start on connecting this path up here, so that like this build is finally connected, and then we'll start planning out like where the houses are gonna go, and everything like that. But look how much I over collected for this build. So I did end up using a lot of sandstone, as you can see. We went through a lot of our sandstone supply, but we have so many leftover materials from the other things that we collected. Because we don't plan our builds in Create or anything, we always freehand all of our builds. Look how much extra materials we have. Extra materials for days, dude. But yeah, this turned out absolutely sick. Yeah, the next steps, we're going to work on the village as well as the path work as well. So we're going to get going on that pretty soon. With the exterior of the palace finished, we now have to do a couple other things to prepare the rest of this building area. We obviously have to do the houses and start planning that out right now. But first, I think we need to connect up the path. So we already have it chopped up and carved out already. We just need to get the path in place. So going through here. So for context on where this is in the world, chat, yeah, that is the new build over there. And this is for the last build. The farmlands in the area is right next to it. Look at that view from over there. So that's going to be the view when you're walking through the farmlands in the area and you're on your way to the new area, which we need to come up with a name for. So going through here, that's where it's going to go. So we're going to have this path continue up into here, as well as the path going through here and through there. It's going to be wicked. And then after we have that connected up, then we can start actually like, planning out where the houses are going to go. But we'll just get them outlined kind of vibe going around this little pond here and stuff. It'll be cool. Let's get started on working on this path and stuff. But yeah, we're just going to get it roughly going, and we're just going to have it go through all the way over there, and it'll be super cool. Let's get going on it. With the path connected, it's time to start planning the village at the bottom. Now, if you watch my videos, you know that I love to plan out my build with netherrack. Why? I don't know. I just find it like an easy block to use to plan out my builds. So we're going to transition this path into a different path. And we're going to have the path go all around here. Going to have houses all around the edges here. I'm super excited. So we're going to get started on that right now and get that going. So we're just going to go through here, kind of roughly get the idea of where I want the path to go. I might have to do some adjusting of the terrain a bit, maybe a little bit. Hey, come here, boy. Where are you going? Anywho, we're going to have this path go right through here, all the way around, and we're going to have the houses along the edges here, and I'm super excited. So we're going to get started on that and keep it going. Okay, we have the pond kind of sectioned off. Kind of like, I think it's called like a seawall or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it, but now we're going to have the path go through here. We kind of reshaped the land a little bit. Did a little bit of terraform, making it a little bit more to my liking. I might have to terraform it a little bit more in some spots, like over here a little bit more. But now we're going to kind of get like the houses going. And we're going for like also Greek inspired kind of houses. Basically what we're gonna do here is we're gonna get like we're gonna have like all of the houses like really close together kind of vibe. That makes sense. So we're gonna get that going. It's gonna be pretty cool with all the houses being super close to each other. And I think it'll help this area look really nice. Have all the houses bunched up together. Like that's kind of how like they kind of are, like Greek houses and like villages, I should say. Usually all super close together kind of vibe. So that's what we're gonna have going all around here. Gonna be wicked. So we're gonna continue planning and putting these down and that kind of thing. All right, we built up all of this. We got the houses in place, or well, not the houses in place, but like the outline for the houses in place. Before we build up any of these houses, I want to get the path in place. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Gonna keep it pretty simple. Use some gravel. Have like a kind of gravel path going around the whole area. We're probably mixing some like mossy bits as well. Let's say a little bit here and there, but that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna grab a little bit of this, grab a little bit of this, grab a little bit of this, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna blend it in nicely with this, and we're gonna go from there. So let's get locked into this. Let's start placing some more blocks. We have the path in place. I think it's turned out pretty cool. We have all the little details in here with the moss and stuff adding to it. So this will kind of be the path, like the path and the vibe kind of walking through here. Now we need to do a lot of houses. We have a lot of houses to do. So all these, if you didn't already know, and you're kind of new to my videos, all these outlines here are going to be houses. So we're going to go through, adjust what we need to adjust, and start building some houses here. So we're gonna get some diorite and sandstone houses. Hold on, I need to sleep. Okay, we slept. So we have all these materials over here, leftovers from the castle and stuff, which we're not really gonna be using too much of the materials from leftover the castle. Well, a couple of them, but we have diorite here. I collected way more, so that hopefully we have enough. If we don't, we'll collect more. Have a little bit of gray wool, some concrete. Some of this for the roofs. I think we're also going to use some of the jungle wood here as well. Have a bunch of stuff that we're going to use here. So we're going to start on working on these houses, and it's going to be a banger. Let's get to it. So this is kind of the front side here with everything. So like you're first entering the area here. So we're going to start off over here, and it's going to be pretty simple. We're just going to start replacing these and get the building. So I'll see you guys in a bit. And hope you guys enjoy the relaxing building. Let's get locked in. all the houses are done. The exterior anyway. I still have to do all the interiors. As you guys know, I like to do all of my exteriors before I do all the interiors. So we will be working on interiors very soon. But before we get to working on these interiors, I would like to add a little bit more detail around and just a few things around the area here, which is what we're going to be working on here next. However, the vibes are vibing over here, I think. I think this area is turning out pretty cool, I think. We're probably going to add a couple of shops. We're going to add a couple of things around the outside of the houses, like, you know, barrels, chests, those kind of things just laying out on the outside of the houses and whatnot. And yeah, that's what we're going to be adding a little bit today, right now. And I'm excited. Also, you may have noticed that my skin is a little bit different today in this current clip. I'm Sonic. Why am I Sonic? Sub go on Twitch, which is why you should check us out on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's get to let's get to doing some building, and let's get to adding a little bit of detail work around the outside here. We also are probably gonna start working on some docks here, just like maybe one or two, maybe a couple of like rafts in here. I also want to try something pretty cool. I think I want to have a like little tunnel, so like maybe around over here, around this side, like a tunnel that you could take your boat and go through the mountain here and end up on the other side looking back at the palace, which I think would be pretty cool. I think so. I think we're gonna get working on that in a little bit. First, we gotta start working on what I want to work on here, which is the little detail work that I want to do. So we're gonna start on that. I have a couple materials here ready to go. Gonna use some leaves and some other things. It's a couple of leaves that like add some greenery to some of the sides of the houses, kind of hanging off of the side, that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's get to building. All right. So we have been putting a lot of work into this area. We've added a lot of little detail work, a lot of greenery, even some spore blossoms for the particle effects, which I love. And it just adds so much to the area. Looking so cool. Got a couple of shops as well. If you know, you know. If you played Sonic Unleashed, you know what this is referencing here. Well, we got a couple of shops hanging out and vibing and stuff. Have that one, and then we have like a little flower area over here looking pretty cool as well. But yeah, there's a couple of little details throughout the city here. Now we're gonna start working on the lake over here. I want to add like maybe a dock or two. And then I want to have a tunnel going through this way, going right through to the other side. Then will load up into this way. So the tunnel will come through over here, and then you'll get a nice view of the back side of the build here with the palace, and we'll clean it up and stuff, I think, later down the line in the build. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do next. So we're gonna mine right through the wall here, and we're gonna get going. I'm thinking this one right here. We're gonna go right through here and go right across. We're gonna be vibing. That's what the plan is. So let's get to it. All right. We have been cooking. We have done a lot of stuff here. Let me sum up what we've been doing. So last we did this, like the little extra details around here, added a couple of shops, and now we have some docks. We have a fishing dock here, and we have some nice little boats. Nice little boats. I feel like every build that I do, I add another really good fishing spot. This might be one of the best fishing spots in the world. Now imagine fishing here, the nice cozy vibe, you know what I'm saying? Going to here, grab your fishing rod and just cozy, you know what I mean? Like every build that I do, every build that I do, I feel like I am, you know, I feel like I just add a fishing spot somewhere. I don't know why. But yeah. We also added this tunnel here. It goes all the way through to the back side of the build. What I want to do, I want to do all the interiors. And we have a nice little tunnel. Have all the houses decorated on the outside. But now we got to do interiors because you know your boy doesn't like to miss out on interiors. So we're going to go through every one of these houses and add an interior. That is what we're going to do next. Probably going to start around over here, and we're going to do each and every individual interior. Then after we're done the interiors for this, we're going to start on the statues. And then we're going to do, after the statues, then we're going to do the palace. So let's get started on the interiors so that we can get the statues going right afterwards. Let's lock in. Every house has an interior. We have done it. Each one of these is a symbol of a house interior being done. I think there's like 30 plus houses here. I can't remember the exact count, but each and every one has an interior now. Doesn't matter the house you go into, there will be an interior, and it turned out pretty cool. As you guys know, I like to do all of my interiors, so it turned out pretty cool. But now we're gonna quickly take down all of the green wool, and then we gotta work on what's next for the build. So we're gonna spend some time here and take down this wool here. So okay, we have finished taking down all of the wool on top of the houses, and I believe my chat told me there was 35 houses here. So that's 35 interiors that we did all below here. Again, like I mentioned, we still obviously have to do the palace interior, but that'll be the very last thing that we do. Before we do the palace interior, I would like to do some statues. So I would like a statue in the front here, right around here, which I think will be pretty cool. And then I also would like to do, I'm not sure how many statues I want to do in the back yet. Maybe one, maybe two. But if we go through this tunnel here, on the back side here, I would like to put some statues as well. Before we do any of that, though, I got to fix up some of the terrain here. Like, I don't want this cave here opening. So we're going to cover that up, terraform over that. Potentially add some waterfalls. Like, this kind of a waterfall there, but that's kind of a weak waterfall. We could make it look a little bit better. That kind of stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing next. Let's go ahead and lock in on these statues. Here we go. All right, we have put in some work here behind me, and basically the entire exterior of this build is done. Essentially, we have only one thing left. We added the statue here. I decided on only doing one statue instead of adding statues to the back. Cleaned up a little bit of the back side as well. The only thing left to do is the interior of the palace, which is the last thing that we got to do. Once the interior of this is done, the build is done, which I think we could finish today potentially. So I'm gonna clear out some space in here. We're gonna get the interior going, and then this build will be finished. Let's get locked in and let's do some building. Okay, here we go. It's time. This is so crazy, guys. Like, I need to put this on the thing. Kinder, your empire is done. It's finished. The interior of your palace is done. One of the coolest throne rooms, I feel like, in my entire world, to be honest. You have one of the coolest, most, like, ore farmed rooms. We got your room of souls and stuff, a room of lost souls, and then obviously the outside we have the palace from the outside, the village at the bottom. We have boats, every single build with an interior. So happy with this build. The statue as well, looking spectacular. Very majestic build, I feel like, you know. Bro's vibing over here. Look at that. Wow, I can't believe I'm done this build. What a way to finish it too, on the 5-year anniversary of the hardcore world. That's right. The hardcore world has hit 5 years. I've been in this world for 5 years. I finished this build on the 5-year anniversary. What a build to finish on the 5-year anniversary. Crazy. Crazy. That was just random, Hydro. I saw the opportunity. I was like, man, I could totally finish the build on the 5-year anniversary. And I was like, wouldn't that be like a great way to, like, you know, celebrate 5 years, finishing a build, you know? Who's Empires? It's Kinder in chat. He's in chat right now. Look at him. This is mega build number 15 complete. Oh. Yeah, it's Kinder's, dude. It's Kinder's empire. Now, with every build, there's cleanup. I put it on a platform here. I also have a bunch of beacons that I got to take down, but that's going to be a later me problem for sure. For sure, it's going to be a later me problem. But I think we're not going to end stream right here. I think we should celebrate 5 years. How about we get it's a little bit of fireworks going for this build and to celebrate 5 years. I think we're just gonna set up just like a little redstone thing here. Got a couple of fireworks going. Let's run it, right, chat? Let's do it. 5 years in hardcore Minecraft, guys. 5 years in hardcore Minecraft, and we finished the build. What a great way to end of the day. Woo! 5 years, yay! Woo! Yay! Kill my boy! Ah! Ah! No! No! Oh, murderers! Those murderers! I'm gonna kill you! How could you? Oh no! No! Ah! No! Moment of silence for my boy. Rest in peace, Gigant. Well, kind of a sad way to end the video. At least we hit 5 years in hardcore Minecraft.